class officers lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, and please be seated.
Very well, Lynn. Nice job.
I would like to begin by saying that it usually rains whenever this class tries to do something, from prom to today to our senior parade. And it also rains every year on Sarah Platt's birthday, which coincidentally happens to be today. And also, 60 years ago, in this very same auditorium, at a very similar ceremony, a young Senator John F. Kennedy spoke to a group of Clinton High graduates, not to raise anyone's expectations or draw any comparisons. I will begin by welcoming parents, friends, family members, teachers, staff, administrators, and honored guests to the Clinton High School graduation of the class of 2012. I also feel the need to recognize the graduates themselves, as well as any other Clinton High alumni in attendance today, especially the reunion class of 1962. At this time, I would like to recognize Laura Hazel, president of the class of 2013, who will be accepting the class gift. Which happens to just be a new tinfoil ball.
On behalf of the class of 2013, we'd like to thank you for this gift, and we wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
Before I begin my actual speech, there are several people who must be specifically recognized for their part not only in the festivities today, but also for their role in our education thus far. Mrs. Janice Sheehan, Mrs. Libby Sweatland, Vice Principal Mrs. Jamie Cash, Principal Mr. James Hastings, Superintendent Mr. Terrence Engano, as well as the members of the school committee. These people have supported us and given us an environment in which we could succeed. Furthermore, we must not forget a group that is too often overlooked: the teachers, staff, and administrators of Clinton Elementary School and Clinton Middle School, who enshrined in us a sense of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. We would not be here today if they did not give us such a fantastic foundation to build upon. Additionally, there are two other individuals who I cannot say enough about. I have had the pleasure and the honor of working with our class advisors, Mr. Mark Allard and Mr. Scott Cermak, for the 3 years that I have been class president, and they have been truly phenomenal. They have acted as our guides every step of the way. And there's no way we can ever completely repay or thank Mr. Allard or Mr. Cermak for all they have done, but we will try. So at this time, could the class advisors of the graduating class of 2012 please come up and be recognized? I've thought long and hard about what I want to say today. In fact, in some ways, I've been preparing myself for this moment for the past 13 years. Whether we realize it or not, everything educational, every grade, paper, and homework assignment has been propelling us towards this moment, June 2nd, 2012, at the Town Hall in Clinton, Massachusetts. Today is intriguing, and then it acts as a vantage point from which we can look back at all of our memories from childhood, but also look forwards towards our future. Graduation is not so much about today as it is about the days that have led up to now and the days that have yet to come. Because it is high school graduation, we often spend the day reminiscing about the past 4 years. But look deeper. Think of all the times someone stayed up quizzing you on your spelling words. Think of all the times someone asked you, "How was school today?" And instead of replying good, you told a story that, looking back, seems hopelessly trivial, but at the time seemed remarkable. Remember all the times someone kissed you before you ran to the bus stop, was waiting at the door for you when you got home, or stayed up to do a project that was due the next day. Today is a celebration of every one of those moments, for you and for that special someone. And now looking at the audience, how many people here have had an influence on your life? Probably more than you know. From your 3rd grade bus driver to your 6th grade teacher, to the everyday, hardworking citizens of Clinton who have supported education from the moment that you entered preschool. To all who have made such a positive difference, thank you. Now it is my pleasure to turn my attention to all of the students and all of the staff at Clinton High. Thank you to each and every one of you for the endless memories and the feelings of gratitude that can't even be put into words. For giving me a family that I didn't know I needed, but I'm now not sure I can live without. For allowing me to be successful beyond my wildest dreams and to be myself. For making me brave. You have been a bigger part of me than you will ever realize. I owe each one of you a piece of my life and a piece of whatever success I might acquire from this point forward. To my classmates, for years we've done things differently. We've established traditions that will last long after we leave CHS. We came together when it mattered, and we never took ourselves too seriously, except at Powder Puff. I am confident that in our own way, we change Clinton High for the better. It would be impossible for me to sum up our tenure in a single speech, a single ceremony, or even a single day. But if pressed, I would say this. Many have come before us, countless will come after us, but there will never be another quite like us. As we travel different paths into the future, and as we are left with only the memories that today represents, may the words of St. Francis of Assisi be my wish to you as the president of the class of 2012. Where there is discord, may we bring harmony. Where there is error, may we bring truth. Where there is doubt, may we bring faith. And where there is despair, may we bring hope. Wherever you are, and wherever you do, always remember that you are the hope. The hope of your parents, the hope of your school, your town, and the hope of the future. Thank you, and I am honored to introduce Superintendent Mr. Terrence Ngana.
Thank you very much. Members of the school committee, fellow administrators and teachers, proud parents and grandparents, members of the class of 2012, and our special guests, the class of 62. Graduation speeches are usually filled with quotations from famous politicians, scholars, and athletes. However, today I want to share with you a quote from a very reliable source, a Dove chocolate. This particular kind of chocolate always has a little quote inside the wrapper, and last week when I opened it, I was struck by what it said. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. The chocolate was gone in 30 seconds, but the quote really gave me strength at a tough time. All of us are responsible for where we are in our lives right now. Doesn't matter if you're graduating today or you did 50 years ago. Looking back over your lives, you may have gotten some bad breaks, or maybe somebody gave you a second chance. Maybe you were fortunate enough to be taught and influenced by some great educators along the way, like Bill Goslin, Donnie Burwinkle, or Ellie McIntyre, or educators like Peggy Dorsey and Michael Vetras, who are leaving us this year for the next stage of their lives, and I thank them for their dedication and service. I wish I were going with them, though. Maybe you missed some golden opportunities in the past, or took a chance that really worked out for you. Maybe you worked and studied so hard and became #1 in your class, or you just worried about having a good time, and you're very lucky you're even sitting right here right now. Maybe in high school you were an absolute train wreck until something or that special someone got you back on track. If there's still time, thank them. The point is, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. We are all here because of the decisions and the choices we made in our past, good or bad. In other words, we're here because we put ourselves here. But that's the great thing about life. If we put ourselves in a negative place, we have the power to get ourselves out of it too. If you are not exactly where you're supposed to be, do something about it. It is never too late. Last week I was a speaker at the annual GED celebration and graduation. You should have seen the tears in their eyes, the pride when those people crossed the stage to get a diploma that you're about to get. They were from all walks of life. Some were even older than me. Like us, all were products of their own choices and decisions, but they decided to change course, to get back on track, to finish their education despite a lot of hardships. My final point is this: 4 years from now, where will your choices and decisions bring you? Without a doubt, you will end up where you belong. I assure you, you will be exactly where you are supposed to be. I want to congratulate the class of 2012. Don't forget to stop and smell the roses along the way, and of course, eat some chocolate too. Thank you. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2012, Bruna Padilla. Bruna.
Good morning. C.S. Lewis once wrote, "Isn't it funny how by day, nothing changes, but when you look back, everything's different." I realized just how true this is as we looked back on these past 4 years. Living day by day, I hadn't noticed just how much I had changed and learned and grown as a person. I hadn't realized that I was learning what completing the square was, or what the steps of mitosis were, or what the meaning of a poem was. I was also learning how to think for myself, how to accomplish my goals, and how to believe in myself. It's hard to believe just how shy and self-conscious I was as a freshman as I look back at it now. Don't get me wrong, I'm still a timid person, but nothing like I was before. I remember the clawing anxiety that I felt every time that I had to speak in front of the class. Sometimes it was so bad that I actually felt nauseous and dizzy before I had to do so. Ergo, as I stand before you today, I'm happy to announce that I no longer feel that way. I'm still a little nervous, but nothing like the clawing anxiety that I felt before. And I have Clinton High School to thank for that. As I excelled in academics, my confidence grew. I started to see that my hard work paid off and believed that if I worked hard enough, I could accomplish anything. The encouragement that I received from all my teachers also helped. I've noticed that they didn't just teach a subject, they taught their students, and that made all the difference. I started to feel more comfortable asking questions and speaking in front of a group of people. And I thank all the teachers that I've had for helping me accomplish that. Being part of the volleyball team also helped me assert myself more. Throughout these past 4 years, my teammates helped me hone my leadership skills. I've learned to stand up for myself, my beliefs and ideas, and for those I care about, without thinking or worrying about what others would think of me for it. My coaches' support and joy also encouraged me to assert myself more. I hope that all of you know how much you have impacted me, and I thank all of you. My classmates and friends' encouragement also helped. By complimenting me on how I did after every presentation, they helped me gain more confidence in myself and in being in front of others. And for that, I thank all of you. Finally, because of my family's never-ending love and support, I was able to face my fears without feeling ashamed or anxiety. Thank you for always being there for me. I'm sure that all of us graduates had a similar change in high school. All may not have been about gaining confidence, but I'm sure that all of us have grown and matured as young adults throughout our high school years. We have learned together. We have laughed together. We have connected as a class. This is what I hope we will all remember as we leave Clinton High School. That no matter where we go in life or what our next step is, remember where we came from. That we always stay true to ourselves. That we stand up for our values and beliefs, even if we stand alone. That we stand up for those we care about, even if the bully seems stronger. That we don't let others tell us who we are or what we should do. That we don't give up, even if the world seems ready to swallow us whole. That we stay strong and stay ourselves. And if you ever feel like you're fighting your monsters alone, remember, you are not. As members of the class of 2012, we are connected. This connection may not always be noticeable, but it is still there. Like the wind, it can be soft and quiet on sunny days, but loud and howling on stormy ones. It is forever there, and nothing can destroy it. Never forget that. Never give up. And if you ever feel like you'll fall, remember, you'll have friends here who'll catch you if you cry for help. So let's keep our heads up and go show the world what we can do. Thank you, and now I would like to introduce our salutatorian, Mr. Jeremy Carr.
Good morning. There have been many people throughout my life that have taught me things that have made me who I am today. My teachers, my parents, my friends, and of course, Forrest Gump. There's one quote in particular from the movie that I feel is both motivational and inspirational. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. I think that this quote is appropriate because no matter what you do, no matter what has happened in your past, no matter what you have planned or prepared for, you never really know what is going to happen, and life is full of surprises. Our time throughout high school has prepared us for the rest of our lives. The social skills we've developed, the friends we've acquired, and the knowledge we've gained have all prepared us for whatever comes next in our lives, which could be a variety of things similar to a box of chocolates. Although many of us have some idea of what we would like to do after graduation, whether it be enter the workforce, the military, or a certain major in college, we don't know how the rest of our lives are going to turn out. The last 12 years that we've spent together in school have prepared us so that we are ready to take on this uncertainty, so that we can be successful no matter what ends up happening in our lives. I feel that this quote also pertains to the class of 2012, because with the class of 2012, you never knew what was going to happen. Although we never officially won Spirit Week, we definitely had one of the most memorable Spirit Week moments of all time. As far as I know, we are the only class to be disqualified from a Spirit Week event. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, you're lucky. Although we may have had some controversial moments and events throughout the last 4 years, I am glad to be a part of the class of 2012. If I ever needed any help with anything, I knew that I could always count on my fellow classmates and that they would always have my back. Another quote from this movie that I feel is appropriate is "Make me a bird so I can fly far, far away from here." For the last 18 years of our lives, many of us had stayed in and around Clinton,
with very little exposure to the rest of the world. The diploma that you will receive today will give you the opportunity to experience life beyond the reservoir. It will give you many options as you continue your lives, all of which will have an effect on who you are, even if you don't end up traveling the world. Even if you decide to stay in Clinton for the rest of your life, the diploma that you will receive today will give you a variety of choices, again similar to a box of chocolates. So, as you leave high school, I encourage you to make the most of these choices and to always remember Forrest Gump as you make these choices. It is now my honor to introduce Julia McGowan, an honor student.
Good morning, families, faculty, and distinguished guests. Thank you all for joining my classmates and me on our graduation day. Seniors, here we are. After years together, we're finally sitting as a class for the very last time. About 4 years ago, I addressed you all at our 8th grade graduation. We were 14. The peach dress is still hanging in my closet. I was spilling with confidence, feeling perfectly qualified to talk to my peers and their parents about future experiences, of which I knew absolutely nothing. Realistically, what did I have to worry about? I was going to a new school, which was about 500 yards away from the old one, with people I've known my entire life. The classes couldn't be too hard, and hey, my braces would be off soon, so I was set. Now here I am, in the same exact spot, as an 18-year-old young woman. And I have to say the braces still aren't off. I've grown and matured, yet I wish I had half the confidence of my prior self. The funny thing about growing up is how much our hopes and aspirations for ourselves change with time. Back then, we didn't look to the future, at least past summer vacation. We were content with the small, petty successes, because that's how kids are. But Clinton High School has changed that. Because we were treated with respect, equality, and dignity, we became adults. Because more was expected of us, we in turn expected and wanted more for ourselves. We've learned that there is a world beyond the Clinton Dam, and that we should change and progress with it. From the time we entered Clinton Elementary School, the world really has been in motion. The Red Sox won 2 World Series, the iPod was invented, Facebook was launched and made public, and reality television has basically taken over. Along with that, Hurricane Katrina destroyed most of New Orleans. Terrorists attacked the World Trade Center. The first black president was elected, and Osama bin Laden was killed. And we were here in Clinton, Massachusetts. We were dancing at prom, playing in the band, winning Powder Puff football, being disqualified from Powder Puff cheerleading, singing the school song at football games, losing Spirit Week, and sitting in the McDonald's parking lot for hours saying, what are we going to do tonight? The amazing thing about Clinton High School, and the town of Clinton in general, is its ability to shelter. Sure, trouble comes and goes, but for the most part, Clinton has been a home in which we could play outside, wander the streets, and live without any worries. And I think that's definitely something we've taken for granted. It allowed us to have a childhood and a high school experience in which we can fondly look back on. It really is a community of friends who have protected and nurtured us, and it is now those same friends who are trusting us to leave the friendly, steady comfort of home and enter the terrifying, unpredictable real world so that we can hopefully make it a little bit better. And maybe that's why, although we've matured, this is the most daunting time of our lives, at least mine. We've anticipated this day forever, but I think we finally realize exactly what we're getting into, and even more, exactly what we're leaving behind. As you move forward to wherever you may go, I hope you remember me, and this day, and this moment. Remember all the people here supporting you, because no matter who you may meet, it is these people who will remain forever. I know that no matter where I go, or whatever obstacles I have to overcome, I have 5 family members who love me and support me and always have. I have 105 classmates who I've grown with and laughed with, who understand me more than anyone, and who are probably going through the same thing. And I have 13,505 fellow Clintonians, who, whether I've met them or not, are cheering me on. When you're from a place like this, you really are never alone, and that's what I've gotten from living here. On behalf of the class of 2012, I would like to thank all families, teachers, faculty members, and coaches who supported us throughout the years. Seniors, you've been my best friends and my biggest support group for 12 years, and I thank you so much for that. I wish you nothing but luck in everything you do, and I hope you always remember your little 14-year-old self, the one who sat through my 8th grade speech, anxiously waiting to break out of this stuffy town hall and move on to high school. Despite all fears, that person held all the eagerness and confidence in the world, and so should you, because the best is always yet to come. I know it's customary to end with some sort of quote, so I'll leave you with this old Irish saying. May you be poor in misfortune, rich in blessings, slow to make enemies, quick to make friends. But rich or poor, quick or slow, may you know nothing but happiness from this day forward. Thank you, and I would now like to introduce Gianna Mastillo, an honors student.
Good morning. I've spent weeks trying to think of what it is I would like to share with you on this special morning. And after long thought, numerous crumpled up paper balls, and careful consideration and deliberation, unfortunately, I came up with nothing. Not for the reason that I simply couldn't think of anything to say, but the fact that none of them seemed worthy or special enough. Some were cliches and others were fairly dry and boring, but most of them didn't seem to be grand enough or big enough for such a momentous occasion in our lives, because this occasion is the biggest one thus far. The class of 2012 has worked for the last 18 years to get to where we are today. We have survived 12 years of schooling to reach this point, our graduation day, which is a day where the rest of our lives truly begin, where our futures become our nows, where everything we have ever dreamed of doing and achieving is within our grasp. Our high school graduation is just the gateway of the rest of our lives. Everything up until this point is now in the past, and we are looking towards our bright and open futures. Many of us will be heading off to college come the fall, or joining the military, while others will join the workforce, which will be a massive change from our routine of our lives now at CHS. Our lives are changing rapidly, and it's time for us to hold on and enjoy the ride. My advice to everyone here today is to seize every moment. Take every opportunity that comes our way. Our lives are whatever we choose to make of them. So make the right decisions for us as individuals, because we are all unique. Though our paths have been similar to this point, this is the moment where they truly begin to change and branch apart. This moment, right now, is where we decide who we want to be and where we want to go on the journey that is known as life. All of our journeys will be different from this point forward, but we'll always be able to look back on the road behind us and see everything that we've gone through together over the last 4 years as a class. We will always be able to reflect upon our shared past experiences with smiles on our faces and love in our hearts for the memories of the good times and the bad, times of happiness and sorrow, times of trials and tribulation, which we will all have shared in together. So enjoy your futures and reflect happily on our shared past. Congratulations to everyone, we have finally made it. The rest of our lives truly begin now. May the odds be ever in our favor. Thank you, and please welcome our principal, Mr. James Hastings.
Before I begin, I know that Mr. Pingano alluded to this. I guess we should have compared notes beforehand. I just want to take a second here, and I want to recognize a gentleman who was very much a part of your lives and your educational lives going through the middle school, and after 30-odd years, he has retired from the Clinton Public School System. I just want to recognize, he's going to be very upset at me for doing this, Mr. Michael Vetras. this is hard for you to believe as a class, this group, that once upon a time I was a little kid. And I remember it like yesterday, being in the 4th grade, so probably 8 or 9 years ago, standing outside what we call the old St. John's School down, which is now Mr. Ingano's office, and playing in the playground early in the morning, probably around the month of January or February, that cold winter morning before school recess. And all of a sudden, walking down the street was this group of teenagers in a very orderly fashion. And being 17 or 18 years old, they looked very old to me. But they were being led by their teacher, maybe their principal at the time, and they were walking in perfect file. That group was our friends here, the class of 1962 as seniors in high school. And they were walking into what we would come to know in my generation as the new Clinton High School. It was their entering for the very first time on that very first day, led by their class president, Mr. Paul Cherubini. For them, it must have been a great and new adventure. First time stepping into that school. You start today a new adventure. It may be a new level of education as you go off to college. It may be joining the military. It may be the workforce, but it will be a new adventure for you as well. The class of 2012, and I'm very sure, will apply what you have learned and grew into as a class, as a group, so that you as individuals hopefully will continue to make a difference in the world. Bring those great gifts that you have, those traits, those good blessings that you have, and show them in your new world. Continue to reflect the goodness towards others that you have. Continue to directly take care of others. And you have done that, and I hope you're aware of what you have been able to do these past 4 years as a class in making a difference in lives of others at a very young age. You've already made your mark. As freshmen, you came in as a group collecting 31 units of blood in the blood drives. And I'm very proud to say this publicly to our community, that right now, after their 4 years of leadership in this blood drives, they have collected this year 353 units of blood, and at present, on this date, this little Clinton High School is the leading collector of units of bloods and blood drives than any other high school in the state of Massachusetts. Usually we stand here and we tell classes to go out and search and choose the right road to follow in life. The class of 2012 is already on that road. So just continue to brighten that path. Be that force of goodness and take on the giants of the world. What you can do facing those giants that come to us in poverty, in injustice, in racism, in hunger, maybe wiping out cancer, finding a cure for AIDS. You're on that road. The goodness you have, continue to implement and use for others. You've been blessed as a class with friendships, conscience, and a drive. Go out and make a difference. But whether you go near or far, never forget where you came from. Y a los estudiantes de clase de 2012 que se gradúan hoy día y a sus padres, muchas felicitaciones en este día tan especial. Las semillas de su compromiso para la educación de sus hijos está floreciendo hoy día ahora. Esperamos que este no sea el final, sino el comienzo de un nuevo nivel de educación. Ojalá que continúen a sus estudios. El espíritu de las familias de Comunidad Latina de Clinton está celebrando la victoria de estos jóvenes. Y nosotros estamos muy agradecidos por todo lo que tenemos en la escuela secundaria de Clinton. Y también estamos sinceramente agradecidos por los jóvenes latinos que se gradúan hoy día. Estamos muy orgullosos de ellos. Gracias a todos. Y no comen mucho bacalao. It's a little private joke between myself and the class. At this time, I will ask Mrs. Cash, our assistant principal, to come forward as the students will be presented with the scholarships and awards for this year. The Clinton Rotary Scholarship, $500. The David A. Hazel Memorial Scholarship, given by the class of 1974, $1,000. The Ancient Order of Hibernian Scholarship, $500. The H. Mitchell Gould Memorial Scholarship for $450. The Samuel and Genevieve Schamberg Memorial Scholarship, $500. Scholarship by the Clinton Public Schools retired staff, $250. The Ernest J. Martin Memorial Scholarship, $500. And the Billy Wynn Memorial Scholarship, $1,500, Brett Gannon. The Stephanie Barbara Macora Memorial Scholarship for $250, and the Lester E. Schwartz Memorial Scholarship for $500, Bruna Padilla. The Dr. Paul and Ann Welch Memorial Scholarship for $750, Brandon Gruyere. The Cheryl A. Farragher Memorial Scholarship, $500, Kayla Anderson. The Dr. Clarence L. Grady Scholarship, $2,000, given over 4 years. The Clinton Exchange Club ACE Award, $500. The David and Agnes Reisner Memorial Scholarship, $2,000. And the Clinton Rotary Club Scholarship, $500, Luis Feliz. A scholarship in memory of the Grilly Hill Boys, Joanna Morardi, Jackie Hastings, and Paul Crabady, $2,500 given each year for 4 years. Clinton Rotary Scholarship, $500. The Paul and Ann Welch Memorial Scholarship, $750. The Nancy Hochstein Memorial Scholarship, $500. The Clinton Lodge of Elk Scholarship, $500. The Ernest J. Martin Memorial Scholarship, $500. The H. Mitchell Gould Memorial Scholarship, $250. The Clinton PTA Scholarship in memory of David Hazel, $500. The Christopher Allen Rush Memorial Scholarship, $1,000. The CTA Scholarship, $500. The Leominster Credit Union Scholarship, $250. The Martin H. McNamara V Memorial Scholarship, $400. And the Billy Wynn Memorial Scholarship for $1,500, Michael Bradley. Clinton Lodge of Elks Scholarship, $500 to Ashley Rodriguez. CTA Scholarship, $500. Scholarship given by the Crystal Club in memory of Mike Slip Tierney, $250. Jessica Zalent. Scholarship given by Mr. G's Golf, $250. And a community scholarship for $250, Lauren Byron. The Christie M. College Memorial Scholarship, $500. The Clinton Rotary Club Scholarship, $500. The Dr. Paul and Ann Welch Memorial Scholarship, $750. The Clinton Youth Soccer Scholarship, $500. The Community Scholarship, $250, Catherine Ball. The Andrew Vetras Memorial Scholarship, $1,000. Scholarship given by Clinton Public Schools retired staff, $250. Scholarship given in memory of Mary Carney, $250. The Paul and Zoe Zapanthus Award, $250. Alexandra Vetras. The Florence M. Carlson Memorial Scholarship, $500. The Knightborough Foundation Scholarship, $750. The Clinton Youth Scholarship, Soccer Scholarship, $500. Stephanie Pointa. The Cassie M. Coolin Memorial Scholarship, $500, Lauren Rice. The Cheryl A. Farragher Memorial Scholarship for $500, Alexander Rodriguez. The Weetabix Company Incorporated Scholarship for $300, Yokaima Perez. The Cassie M. Poulin Memorial Scholarship for $250, Nathan Quill. The John A. Vito Memorial Scholarship for $250, and the Law Offices of Bailey and Burke Scholarship for $250 to Jonathan Bradway. The Clinton High School Class of 1962 Scholarship, thank you, for $250. And the H. Mitchell Gould Memorial Scholarship for $250, Joseph Bavaro. Scholarship given by the class of 1954. The H. Mitchell Gould Scholarship, $500. The scholarship given by Dr. Roger McCarthy and Dr. Neil Casey, $250. The Knights of Columbus Scholarship, $500. Ryan Mayu. The Clinton Savings Bank Charitable Foundation Scholarship, $1,000, Dioris Feliz. The Clinton Exchange Club Scholarship, $500. The Clinton PTA Award, $500. Thursday Night Volleyball League Scholarship, $800. The Francesco and Melina Torini Memorial Scholarship, $1,000. Community Scholarship of $250, Amanda Casey. The Catherine Nursing Scholarship, $2,500, given over 4 years. And the CTA Scholarship, $500, Melanessa Noel. The Clinton Guatemalan Association Scholarship for $250, Eric Gonzalez. The Clinton Exchange Club Scholarship, $500. Clinton Rotary Club Scholarship, $500. The Class of 1957 Scholarship, $1,000. The Billy Wynn Memorial Scholarship, $2,500. The AOH Scholarship, $500. The Ernest Martin Memorial Scholarship, $500. The Mitchell Gould, Mitchell Gould Scholarship, $600. Clinton Historical Society Award, $250. Samuel and Genevieve Schamberg Scholarship, $500. Martin H. McNamara V Memorial Scholarship, $400. And the George McPherson Memorial Scholarship, $500, Julia McGowan. The Dr. Samuel F. Gilman Memorial Scholarship, $500, Alicia McElhenney. The Clinton Lodge of Elks Scholarship, $1,000. Ancient Order of Hibernian Scholarship, $500. Nipro Foundation Scholarship, $750. The Lester Schwartz Memorial Scholarship, $500. And Whitney Brothers Oil Company Scholarship, $250, Jeremy Carr. Philbin and O'Neill Scholarship, $500. The Nipro Foundation Scholarship, $750, Lauren Gallagher. Mellow Screen Printing Scholarship, $500. Emblem Club number 56 Scholarship, $300. And the Community Scholarship of $250, Zachary Kane. The H. Mitchell Gould Memorial Scholarship, $300, Avery DeCesare. Scholarship in memory of the Grilly Hill Boys, in memory of Joanna Morardi, Jackie Hastings, and Paul Cravati, $1,250. Clinton Lodge of Elk Scholarship, $500. The H. Mitchell Gould Memorial Scholarship, $400. The Harold and Julianne Reisner Memorial Scholarship, $2,000. The Nancy J. Flanagan Andrews Memorial Scholarship, $250. And the Mark and Ernest Pallotta Foundation Scholarship, $1,000, Rubia Tavares. The H. Mitchell Gould Memorial Scholarship, $250, Jonathan Van Dyke. A scholarship in memory of the Grilly Hill Boys, in memory of Joanna Morardi, Jackie Hastings, Paul Kervady, $2,500 given each year for 4 years. Avidia Bank Scholarship, $1,000. Ernest Martin Memorial Scholarship, $500. The William and Essie Reisner Memorial Scholarship, $2,000. The Christopher Allen Rush Memorial Scholarship, $1,000. The Nancy J. Flanagan Andrews Memorial Scholarship, $250. Cody Prudhomme. The H. Mitchell Gould Memorial Scholarship, $450, Shane O'Malley. Clinton Daughters of Penelope Scholarship, $300. The Nipro Foundation Scholarship, $750. The Thursday Night Volleyball League Scholarship, $800. And the Vincent Costello Memorial Scholarship, $500, Brandon Duchnowski. The Dr. Paul and Ann Welch Memorial Scholarship, $750. And the Clinton High School Class of 1962, the scholarship for $250, Spencer McIntyre. Scholarship given by the class of 1947, $500. And the Leo B.R. Baychamp Memorial Scholarship, $1,000, Michael Williamson. The H. Mitchell Gould Memorial Scholarship for $450, Lindsay Duchnowski. The McNamara Brothers Scholarship, $500, and the Brendan J. Bailey Memorial Scholarship for $1,000, Gianna Masillo. The H. Mitchell Gould Memorial Scholarship, $400, Sarah Platt. The Thomas and Mary McCullough Memorial Scholarship, $250. The Clinton PTA Scholarship in honor of Mrs. Rita Graham, $500. Scholarship given by the Clinton Public Schools retired staff, $250. The Nipro Foundation Scholarship, $750. Gretchen Segelhorst. The H. Mitchell Gould Memorial Scholarship for $550. The Clinton PTA Award for $500. The Reisner Family Scholarship, $2,000. The Thursday Night Volleyball League Scholarship, $800. And the Nancy J. Flanagan Andrews Memorial Scholarship for $250 to Matt Royal. The Clinton Exchange Club Scholarship, $500. The Dr. Francis O'Toole Rotary Club Scholarship, $1,000. The Clinton Home Scholarship, $2,000. The Russell and Ann Jewett Memorial Scholarship, $500. The Clinton Fish and Game Bob Bovin Scholarship, and the Weetabix Company Incorporated Scholarship, $300, Victoria Hinckley. The Martin H. McNamara V Memorial Scholarship for $400, Ryan Ween. The Clinton Women's Club Scholarship, $500. The Class of 1957 Scholarship, $1,000. Clinton Exchange Club, Youth of the Year, $500. The Dr. Francis O'Toole Rotary Club Scholarship for $500. The Catherine E. Philbin Scholarship, $500. Ladies Ancient Order of Hibernian Scholarship, $500. The Burt Valenkamp Memorial Scholarship, $1,000. Retired Fire Chief Thomas Moore Memorial Scholarship, $1,000. The Maureen Bonin Bedard Memorial Scholarship, $250. And the Ancient Order of Hibernian Scholarship, $500, Sarah Perez. And just as a footnote, as I mentioned, the blood drives, the working of the school and the class being led by this class, it looks very much like we will be receiving up to 8 scholarships because of their work. If we finish, which I think we are, first place in the state of Massachusetts, so 8 more scholarships will be coming to this class in 2012. I'm sure many know after many years of graduations, but those who are visiting us from outside, other communities, other states, this is the generosity of the community that we live in. Thank you, everybody.
proud to introduce Mrs. Tina Zapantis, chairperson of the school committee.
Good morning, class of 2012. Happy graduation day. I too would like to welcome the members of the class of the Clinton High School 1962 celebrating their 50th class reunion. We are so honored that they could be with us today. And I'd like to thank Mrs. Ginny West for her 15 years of dedicated service to the Clinton School Committee. It's raining outside, and I know we're all a little disappointed with the weather. But we can choose to make it a great day because the choice is ours. And I'm echoing words from our retiring Clinton Middle School principal, Mr. Michael Vectris, who has given 36 years of his life to the Clinton Public Schools. We also have 3 teachers who are retiring this year. Mrs. Nancy Carrero, Mrs. Peggy Dorsey, and Mrs. Linda Nolan, who together have over 90 years combined in teaching the youth of Clinton. We are so grateful to have educators in our system who understand that true value lies not in salaries, but in the lasting differences that they make in the lives of their students. My message for you today is a very simple one. Life is not a competition. I know so far in your life you've been programmed to think that way because everything we do has become ridiculously structured and competitive. You have to get the best grades. You have to be good enough to make the traveling soccer team. You have to get the fastest run time in track. Whatever happened to playing baseball because it's fun? We have systematically created races out of what should just be enjoyable experiences. Don't confuse being the best with being the best that you can be. And don't waste a single day of your life comparing yourself to someone else or wishing that you were something that you are not. We all have our own strengths and weaknesses. And when you can learn to accept yourself for everything that you are and everything that you are not, that is when you will achieve true success. Blue ribbons measure neither self-worth nor contentment. And I think that you will come to find that the most rewarding experiences in your life will come not from outrunning others, but in helping them, in being of service. Dr. Martin Luther King says it best when he says, "Not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness need to have a college degree to serve. You don't need to know about Aristotle or Plato to serve. And you don't need to know about Einstein's theory of relativity to serve. Because all you need is a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. I think what Dr. King is saying there is that you don't have to be the smartest, the richest, or the most powerful in order to make a difference. And in making a difference in the lives of others, you are only rewarding yourself, because life is a reciprocal exchange like that. We move forward every time we give back. And that is an incredible life lesson that you should all remember. To be truly happy, you have to give something back. Whatever beautiful journey that you are about to begin today, I hope that you will hold the well-being of your fellow travelers as dearly as you hold your own. There is no prize, no trophy, no accolade so great as the one you will receive when you reward yourself by spreading sunshine and goodwill to every path you cross. Stop running. Slow down and take the hand of someone in need, and you will surely cross that finish line a winner. God bless you all.
At this time, we'll have the awarding of the diplomas.
It's good or bad done?
Down.
And bad done?
Okay, yeah.
Class valedictorian
Go ahead, go in a little.
and highest honor student, Bruna Duarte Padilla.
Yeah.
President of the class and high honor student, Brett Marshall Gannon. Vice President of the class and high honor student, Catherine Marion Ball. Secretary of the class and high honor student, Sarah Lydia Perez. Treasurer of the class and high honor student, Julia Rose McGowan. Yanni B. Aguilar. Alexander Alex. Devin Wesley Allen. Kayla Marie Anderson. Anthony D. Andrews Jr. Melanie Rose Becker. Joseph J. Lavar. Balthazar Carmen Burgos Castillo. Adam James Darrow Honors. Brian Daniel Cullen Honors. Lillian Helen Navoli.
Mr. Wilson said like everything's gonna be
Diana de la Paz Avelino.
The only time I'm actually going to their faces is when they're walking out here.
J. Cesar. Samantha Joe Dennison. Maxim Richard DeFrey. Darian Lee DeMarro. Brandon John Leshnowski. Lindsay Denise Leshnowski Honor. Joseph F. Felix. Joshua Miguel Felix. Leonis Ramirez Feliz Honors. Luis Antonio Feliz. Jonathan Lee Frias. Ryan Stephen Frias. Lauren Lana Gallagher. Eric F. Gonzalez. Kevin M. Gould. Tyler R. Reno. Thomas J. Hanson Jr. Sean Patrick Hazel in absentia. Sarah E. Hendrick. Victoria Rose Hinkley. Maricarmen Lisiaga Riquelme. Connor J. Mayer. Ryan T. Mayu Honors. Michael Joseph McDonald Honors.
Contest is